Hey everybody, this is Will Faerber, and I am here with Darcy, Branchini, and Calvin. We're about to get started with. So, how was your week?
It was good, and I got to get on him a
Oh,
couple times.
I got no sound from you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No, I can hear you now all of a sudden.
Okay. It was a good week. Maybe Ron, you want to change my microphone a little bit? I don't know. But
I hear you now.
it was a good week. I got to ride him a couple times because it was a little. I took off from work, and so it's been nice because I've had more time to spend with him. So he got worked more this week than he has in a while.
Excellent, excellent. Let's go ahead and start with a little work in hand today.
Okay. Yeah, I decided that I wanted to be careful with my time off, though, and not just totally overwhelm him.
Yeah.
And go from like nothing to like suddenly he's
Right.
working every single day. So, whoa. Okay, Calvin, ready?
You can just start on a circle there at that end. Very nice already.
Boy.
Very nice snappy step this morning.
Yeah.
Ready to go. And for this type of a horse, achieving that, getting a horse like this to want to go, this kind of horses that are a little more of a slow type to burn, if you will. Very nice there. Go ahead and go large in the walk. Keep that stretch going as you go large.
Okay. Come on. Boop. Come on.
That's very good starting off this morning. Really nice and active. Go ahead and turn by the center line and do a leg heel to the right. Very nice this morning. Really good activity in that step.
Over.
Excuse me.
There you go.
And go ahead onto a big circle here. And then stretch all the way down for a moment. Very nice.
You're gonna pee? I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, now you're tricking me lately.
Yeah. Now go ahead on your circle there, and you can begin to bring him up from the stretch. Let's see how he does. Develop more of a working walk. Begin to start to move the hindquarters out, putting him a little more in a shoulder in position when we're bringing him up there, so we keep him stepping up. And very nice. Keep that going. And let him stretch all the way down and open up the walk going down the long side. So we lengthen it, and then as you come to the short side, we're going to bring him back up and then do a shoulder in, coming back towards me on the other side. Very good. Right there is good. Keep that going. Very nice. Keep that. Very well done. And go ahead back into the stretch here at this end, all the way down on the circle again. Getting just a little bit bigger step even. On your circle. Now go ahead and bring him back up on the circle, but bring him a little bit shoulder forward. So ask his hindquarters a little bit to the outside. There we go, like that. Good job, right there. Keep him there. Soften him a little bit with your outside rein there, so it steps up into that outside rein a little more. Bring him up just a little bit. Keep that. Very nice. Keep it.
Good boy.
When you come to the center line, just go ahead and ask him to stop. And just softening with your reins a little bit there as he comes into this halt. Yeah, very good. Very nice. Go ahead and change directions the other way.
Boy.
Certainly a lot more active step than he used to have.
I know. Having a hard time keeping up with him today.
Yeah, I was gonna say, jets on today. And go ahead and go large when you reach the long side there. Step a little bit bigger. And go ahead and turn by the center line and leg yield to the left. Good. Keep that going. Right there. Good. Very nice step. And then on your circle here in this direction, all the way down once. Now begin to bring him back up. And as you begin to bring him up, think about putting him a little bit in that shoulder forward position. That's better. Good. Right there. Very nice. Very nice. Nice and soft in the bridle right there. Good. Keep that. Now let him stretch all the way down. And then lengthen the stride again down the long side. And then once again, we'll bring him up to the short side and do shoulder in coming back towards me. And begin to bring him up here to the short side, preparing to do the shoulder in, getting him a little more in that outside rein. Very nice. That's coming up very nicely. Like that. Notice how he kept stepping deep under his body as she brought him up. That's what we're looking for. Very nice. Keep that going. Good active step right there. Very nicely done right there. Really good rhythm in that and good position. And on your circle here, and just keeping him in the working position, go a little bit shoulder forward, so you keep him engaged. And as you come to the center line, you can ask him to halt.
Boy.
What a good fellow. All right, we're ready to start lunging.
Okay.
That was very well done.
Those halts have come a really long way since you worked with him.
Yeah.
I think it took you, though. I think I tried a lot of what you were saying, and it wasn't really working for me. So I think whatever you did was the magic touch.
Magic touch.
Because he used to come to a halt and just throw his head straight up in the air.
Yep. Well, it's all the work that you're doing, working with the side reins and the lunge and all that. They get, they start, it becomes normal for them to maintain that position.
Yeah. Should I start with side reins or?
Yeah, let's go ahead with the side reins on. I think that looked really good. I think we should be ready.
Upper position, I assume?
Yeah, let's go from the upper position again. Yeah.
Hey, come here. I know, you're anxious. You're ready to go.
Mhm.
And I'm stopping you.
Uh,
Come on. So these are new side reins. Ron bought us
Yeah.
these side reins for Christmas. So I'm not sure about length exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to play with this.
Let's see. Yeah.
Stop. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Somebody wants to work today.
I know. It's a little overwhelming. It's like I'm ready to go.
Mhm.
What do you think? Are those
That looks pretty good. Let's give it a try and see where he goes from there.
okay?
Good place to start, anyway.
Okay, good. Whoa, whoa. Hey, Calvin, whoa.
He wants to go
I
today.
know he really does. Not used to this. Calvin, I just want to clip this so that it doesn't fall apart. So the other day, my lunge whip, the lash came off the lunge whip while I was using it. And then we literally, like, I spent a half hour out here trying to find it, and I couldn't find it.
Oh, really?
I found it the next day. I was like, where could it be? That I started wondering, did it go up in the rafters or something?
How weird.
Okay, you gotta go pee.
Now we can do this. Looks like he's ready.
It does look like he's ready, but good boy. Okay.
Our horses here, neither of them have ever gone to the bathroom in the arena.
That is so strange.
So funny. It's just the new stuff or what? Or I think it's because our horses eat now with those things we have. They eat around the clock,
Yeah.
So I don't think they're so stuffed. They don't get fed at the crack of dawn and get this big pile of food. Snappy walk he has today.
You snappy?
Maybe he's just really picking his legs up today. He wants to go somewhere. Really nice. Well, you go ahead and move up into the trot. Let's see how he does.
Ready, Calvin? And trot. Good boy.
Very nice. So you can all see how with the side reins in this upper position, they in no way hold the horse's head down or pull him over. If the work has been done correctly and he's ready to do it, he will stretch down into that contact. We see him takes him a few minutes to get there. But you can see that with the side reins like this, they can put their head straight up in the air if that's what they wanted to do. And that's what they will do if they're not quite ready to work at this level.
Good boy.
Yeah, nice. Just keep trying to push those hindquarters a little bit on the circle so he engages that inside hind leg a little bit.
Good boy.
Suddenly he likes to canter all of a sudden.
I know. He does all of a sudden.
Which is great.
Good boy. There you go. Good boy. There you go.
Good, very nice. Very nice. You see how his belly is already starting to come up. It was already pretty up when we started, but compared to what this horse used to look very much like, he was quite overweight. If not enormously, but it doesn't take a lot for this type of a horse to not want to move. But now he's starting to have a motor all on his own. Go ahead and let him canter a little bit. All right.
Okay.
I'll offer it. Sometimes it's best to little reverse psychology. If they keep trying to give you a lazy canter, go ahead and ask for a canter and keep them in it for a minute.
Canter.
Very nice. The length of the neck out in front of him. That's what we're looking for. Very good. And come on back to the trot again.
And trot.
Very nice. Very nice. Now he's beginning to work very nicely over his back and stretch into those contact.
Trot. Trot on.
Very nice. Very nicely done. That's just about a good working trot for him. It's getting there. Right there. Good. Very nice. As you come to the wall, ask him to canter again.
Ready? Canter. Canter. Canter.
And again, back to a trot.
And trot. Good boy.
Settle into it again. Very good. Right there. Excellent work.
Trot. Trot on.
As you come around to the center line, you can let him walk and halt and change directions. Very good. Just how we want him to look right there.
And walk. And whoa. Wow, what a good boy.
What a good boy. Very nice. He's having to have so much better posture. You can just see him standing there holding himself up. Good fellow.
Good job.
And that's one thing you will all watch and notice as your horses develop in this work is that they'll start to stand differently on their own when they're in their stalls or out in the pasture. They'll start standing much more four square. They won't stand with their backs dropped.
There you go. Walk. Walk.
Then you go ahead and ask him to trot.
Ready? And trot. And trot. Good boy. And trot. Good boy. Trot on. and trot. Over, over.
Go ahead and ask him to canter.
Ready? And canter. Canter. Come on, canter. Good boy. Come on, canter.
And again, trot.
And trot. And trot. Good boy.
There you go. Just keep trying to yield his hindquarters. Bring him a little closer to you and just try to yield his hindquarters just a little bit more. That's starting to look good though now. That, very nice. Good there, good. Going. Yeah. And again, ask him to canter.
Ready? Canter. Canter.
And again. And you can bring him back to the trot.
And trot. Trot. Good boy.
Very nice. Right there. There's the trot that we pretty much like to reproduce once we get you up there. Very nicely done. Very nice. As you come to the center line, you can let him walk and halt.
Walk. Walk on. And good boy.
What a good fellow. Very nice. And you may mount up. Very good.
Okay.
He just looks better and better every time I see him.
Yeah, and he seems really content today to work. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't always happen. It took us a little while, I guess. Did you do a good job?
Yes, he did.
I'll give you a little something. There you go.
And the perfect example for all of you of how, we want to see the horse is not going to be better for you on top of it than it is on the ground in terms of how it moves. So we can get a good idea of what the horse is capable of doing by seeing what it's capable of doing on the lunge line. So this horse is beginning to get capable of getting into a nice working frame. So that's where we're working to do the same thing when she's up there. Doesn't mean that they always can, however, when you're at that very fine line. Sometimes as soon as we put weight on them, their back collapses and they're not quite ready yet. So that's kind of how we know, if you will. But we always like to see this. And remember that discussion about, it's at the point when horses get working gaits that we really begin to work them and ride them a lot. And that's what we have to understand is until you're at that point, You know, we don't want to endlessly ride horses around, you know, in a stretch with their nose on the ground. That's not what our aim is at all. Our aim is always to ride them, or when we can, to ride them up into working frames. But this preliminary work has to be done before we can ask for that to happen. Once again, understanding that that head and neck position is connected to everything else. So if you bring the head and neck too high and the back collapses, then you know this horse simply isn't ready to do it at that level yet. And that's part of the problem with sort of what's gone on with modern riding, is that people have tried to force that to happen by roll curring and, you know, and the kind of sort of angry dressage riding that we see, where people are trying to make horses collect. It doesn't work that way. Horses have to be developed into collection, or it will never be collection. You can't pull one into anything that's real collection, because it's based on being able to, the strength necessary to lift the horse off the ground. Very different from the concept of collection that we now see in the show ring, where horses are just shortened into shortened frames and have nothing really to do with dressage. But it's just the way the sport has gone. Now, the interesting thing about that is that, you know, in today's world, if you have one of those very expensive horses that has these really extravagant gaits, and because the judging has become bad, you can go in there and ride one of those kind of horses upside down and still get some kind of reasonable score. But you can know that you can take any kind of a horse and train them correctly and begin to win and do well against those people, even on those fabulous horses, if you do it correct. But if you try to ride a horse that isn't one of those fabulous movers, you know, you would get just what they get, is nothing. But they're getting scored on the movement of the horse itself, its natural movement into it, and once again being forced into shortened frames, which still looks like something to someone who doesn't know what they look like. But if you try to ride a horse like this in that same manner of grabbing hold of the front end and trying to pull it into you, you would never get anything at all. The horse would just simply stop moving, and that would be the end of the story.
Okay, Calvin, I think we're almost there. Whoa, let me just tighten your girth.
Of course, that's what the breeders all want you to believe today, that, you know, you must buy one of those special horses, you know, with a certain breeding that's popular right now, or you'll get nowhere. They would like you to think that.
Did I lose my other glove? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I just think I won't be warm enough if I don't put gloves on.
Yeah, I think you should always wear gloves.
Do you always wear gloves? Like even in the warmer weather? Because I know some people like to ride with gloves all the time.
Yeah, you know, I always wear gloves.
You do? Yeah. I know.
You never know. I don't particularly hot. I don't, you know, the kind of gloves that you wear in the summertime. You know,
yeah.
But just the protection for your hands. And
yeah. No, I get that. In fact, I don't know. I've been corrected a few times by people saying I should really have gloves on when I'm lunging, and I don't always do it. So part of me thinks,
well, it should, because you never know, a horse may pull. I mean, you guys get used to these horses, and, you know, but if you're working, but you never know. And once something's going to spook a horse and they're going to suddenly leap sideways, and if you've got one of those nylon ropes in your hand, well, there goes your fingers. You know?
Exactly. And you think I would have learned, because Reese did that to me a decent amount. Okay, back up. Good boy. Good boy. You see, I'm just ready to go. Stop. I don't have anything for you. Whoa. Whoa. Back up. Back up. Good boy. Whoa. 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 Good boy.
There he goes. He's ready to get going today.
Yes, he is.
All right. Well, let's let him go large and stretch out, if you will. It's always nice when you have a horse like this that you've had to push and push and push to keep moving. When they start wanting to move on their own, it's a real joy.
Exactly, it is.
Yeah, no time like the present. May as well turn after the center line there and do a little bit of a leg yield to the left to get that started. But this walk already is pretty good. Walking along here, it's not bad. Very nice. Always remembering to bring that outside leg back from your hip if you can. Of course, without touching the horse, really not without touching it. Your leg is laying there, but without any tension on it. That was really good. Really nice leg yield. Really good rhythm in that. I go ahead and change the rein across the next diagonal and try to make it even a little bit bigger, and you can let him stretch down a little deeper as you go large. And after you change on the diagonal, we'll do the same thing this way, turning by the center line, leg yield to the right. Very nice, very nice. Very nicely done. And let him stretch all the way down now on the circle here at this end. And let me see if you can increase that step. Let's make that step a little bigger as we let him stretch down now. Just slightly shoulder fore around your circle just to keep him engaging that inside hind leg so you can get even a bigger step. Good. Is that going? Good. Now begin to bring him up in the reins. Ask him for a little more of a working walk. As you shorten your reins and bring him up. Good. And keep that now and go large in the walk. Got a little bit inactive there, so be sure we give him a little tap every now and then. Bump with your leg and a tap with the whip. Be sure he keeps that energy rolling. Keeping that. And we'll do a shoulder fore down the next long side. Then I'm ready to go. We always say that we'd like the walk to feel like it contains the trot. In other words, a little touch, and it wouldn't take much to push him up into the trot. So that's what we're looking at. Feel that energy underneath you maintaining, and shoulder in down this long side. So that's, I don't mind that he wants to trot every now and then because it feels like it's in there. That's really nice right there. He's softening really nicely into the good frame there for you. That's really good. Keep that. Same level of activity all the way across there. Really nice. Now circle here at this end, maintain the position you have him there. So even think about the circle, because to work a little bit shoulder fore on every circle that you make is kind of thinking about that, because they tend to want to fall out with their shoulders. So bring him a little more the other way, bring the shoulders around a little bit more. So he's falling out a little bit with the shoulders. Think of bringing his shoulders to the left and making his hindquarters go to the right a little bit. Keep him stepping up and ask him to soften to the reins by just closing your fingers on the reins there a little bit. Yeah, like that. So he softens the jaw and pull, and if everything is done correctly, just like that, he should do just what he's doing there. That's really nice. Now go large and let him stretch all the way down, but lengthen the walk now down the next long side. Really lengthen it out. I want to see him really take a much bigger step. Tap him with the whip if you need to, a little tap. If he doesn't listen to that little touch of the leg. Remember, it's always the leg and then a tap with the whip. And the next time we ask, always with the softest touch again, what we call the circle progression of the aids. Every time we use the aids, a little touch, then a little more intensity, always relaxing in between each time we touch. So there's never any constant grip on the side of the horse. And change the rein across the next diagonal. Nice. Is that going? Very nicely done. And then as you begin to reach the other side, so you're going to begin to shorten your reins now, bringing him up more into a working walk now onto the circle here. So right away on your circle, thinking about bringing him a little bit shoulder forward. So hands come a little bit to the inside while your inside leg asks that hindquarters to activate and move a little bit to the outside. Until we get both ends of them either on the same circle or shoulder slightly to the inside. Little tap there again. Yeah, it's getting better right there. Really good now. That's much more like it. Keep that. Now, as you reach the long side, go large next time. Really nice right there. That's really good. Very soft in your hands. Keep that as you go large. And then shoulder in, coming back to me on the opposite long side.
I think he might have to poop. I'm going to let, yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
Good boy. Okay.
And then go large. And shoulder in down the next long side. Really good walk work here today. Just a little more activity. It's getting a little bit slow again now behind. So a little tap, your little bump of your legs. If that doesn't work, then a little tap of your whip. That's much better now. Keeping that. And shoulder in down the long side. Very nice, right there. Excellent work. Good rhythm there. Really good step, really good frame. It's a really good working walk right there. And in the middle of the short side, ask him to trot and go large. Right here.
And trot.
Good. Now go into a circle there in the center, and let's work him into a stretch on the circle there. Very nice. And just stay there, keep that going on the circle till we get the stretch. Soften him a little more by giving and taking with that inside rein just a little bit, letting it be to the inside a little bit till he starts to stretch into it. That. A little tap of your whip, getting a little more active, a little more shoulder forward. The hindquarters a little bit to the outside, and getting engaged just a little bit more.
This is the hard part for me. I just feel like we always start this way.
Oh yeah, it's easier the other way?
No, I mean, no matter what, like either way, but the trot, this is how it works.
Just takes him a minute to get there. There you go. Now we're starting to get there.
And he does all this like kind of blowing out initially, and I think
Yeah.
it's like he kind of has to go through that. I don't know.
Yeah. That's fine. That's very normal. this level. And as long as he goes through and gets to the other side, you're golden. If he doesn't, then you worry about it. But some of them just take a little longer. It's always taking him a bit of time to get his trot going. Nothing compared to what it used to take, however.
Trot.
Yeah, keep that going. There we go. Now we're starting to get there.
Trot.
That's more like it. Now he starts to get there. Good. Just a little tap, making it a little more active again. There we go. Good, like that. There, really good now. We're getting there. And go large. Go ahead and turn after the center line and do a little bit of a leg yield to the left. Let's start to engage him a little more. Good. That's coming nicely. We're starting to do those a lot better. Now go ahead and on the circle again, stretch him all the way down on your circle right there. Give him that moment to stretch down. Give the reins, keeping him out ahead of you. Little tap of your whip to make it a little more active. Bring the hindquarters a little bit further to the outside again as we engage that inside hind leg. Again, a little tap of your whip. I'm going to get a little more active and push the hindquarters a little more outside. There we go. Now we're starting to get there. That's getting better. Good. There we go. Good there. Now go large. Keep that. Go ahead and keep the stretch and change the rein on the next diagonal. There we go. I mean, the good news here is, even though he's not stretching completely into his perfect weight we'd like to, he's still moving through his back really quite nicely. We're still getting good flexion in his hocks. So he's trotting quite nicely and actively. And there, go ahead and turn after the center line and leg yield to the right. Better, good. Now onto your circle here. And once again, making it a little more active. Let's see if we can get the stretch in this direction now. You're trying to move the hindquarters outside a little bit more. Maybe top of your whip, getting it a little more active again. There we go. It's getting better. That's getting better. Keep it going. Another little tap of your whip behind your leg. Try to move his hindquarters out on your circle a little bit. He's still wanting to be a little haunches in. Let your left hand move to the inside like an open leading rein for a minute. Let it come right to the inside. Let your fingers open up like that. And just give and take a little bit on that inside rein. Want to canter a little bit? Okay. And keep that for a moment. Now come back to a trot. There you go. Now let him have that stretch. Tap your whip behind your leg, stretch up just a little bit. There you go, like that. Now we're getting a tap up, tap again, tap. There you go. Now we're starting to get there. Good job, like that. Good. Keep that. Keep that. Around the circle one more time. Another little tap of your whip there. Move the hindquarters out again a little bit. Not moving off your leg enough. Again, tap. Then try that open leading rein again, getting contact with that inside rein and softening them a little bit. Still wanting to be too much to the inside, but there you go. Now you're starting to get it there. Good, 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 good. Once again, even when he's coming up and down, he's not just totally disengaging on you, so that's good. Like there we go. Just seems to take him a minute to settle into that bridle. Very nicely there. Good, good, good there. Good, good. Now begin to just shorten your range a little bit, and let's see if we can stabilize him up there a little bit. You keep that same activity. Think about the bend there and just softening a little bit with your inside rein. A little tap again to keep that same level of energy going. Now go large in the trot. Much better now. It's starting to happen. Keep that activity. And a little bit of a shoulder forward down the next long side. Better, better, good. Keep that, keep it. A little tap there, starting to lose energy just a little bit. There you go, good. Now on your circle all the way back down into the stretch again. Like that, keep it active. Let your shoulders come up and back just a little bit, carefully not leaning forward. There you go. Another little tap behind your leg there, so a little more active there. Just a little bit more to the outside. There, good, there, good. Now go large, keep that. Good, there, good. Keep that, just go large and keep that activity right there in that stretch. That's really good. Keep that, just like that. Keep it going. There, now back onto a circle here. And once again, taking a little contact and asking him to soften back into it again. You shorten your reins and brought him up a little bit like that. Good. He starts to stretch into the contact with your hand. Good. Good. Keep that. Go ahead and shorten your reins a little bit more. Keep your body where it is. That is, don't let your shoulders come forward just because you shorten your reins. Just let your hands go out in front of you a little bit like that. Good. Keep that. Softening a little bit off your inside leg again. That's better. Go large again. And turn after the center line and do a leg yield to the right. Keep that activity right there. Keep it. Very nice there. Now right onto a circle now. Now a little tap of your whip behind your leg. Kind of keeps wanting to kind of lose energy there a little bit. Right there. Ask him to soften a little bit to your inside rein by just giving and taking there a little bit and see if he'll soften his jaw a little for you. That's more like it. There you go. Good. Keep that. Keep trying to move the hindquarters out a little bit more. There, like that. Good job now. Good. Keep that. There, right there. Good job. Go large. Keep that and change the rein across the next diagonal. And change the rein. And now into a circle here. And once again, trying to get him a little more shoulder fore on your circle. Hindquarters a little bit to the outside, a little tap of your whip there. So again, bring the forehand a little bit more to the right. Better, better, good. Keep that. Softening a little bit. There you go. Move those hindquarters like that. Again, keep it going. Widen your circle. He's wanting to come in a little bit, so it tells me he's not moving enough off your leg. There you go. Now you're getting it. There, starting to get a working trot right there. It's good. Keep that right there. Keep that. Let it come up. Shorten your reins just a little bit and try to bring the pole up just a little bit and see if we can stabilize it right there. Getting better. Soften a little bit. And it's right back to a trot again. And stretch yourself up a little bit. Be sure you're not leaning forward. If you start to lean your shoulders forward, then it will throw him out of balance, makes everything much harder. There you go, like that. So important that we stay centered over the horse, or a little behind the motion, but never ahead of the motion. Like that. Keep that. Tap again, just get a little bit more activity. There you go, good. Let it come up a little bit. Now shorten your reins a little bit. Want to see if we can get him to stabilize a little bit more. Like that, good. Keep that, tap. There, soften him a little bit with your inside rein again there. There you go, that's coming nicely. Now ask him to canter. That's good. Very nice. And just go large in the canter now. Next time around, no big deal. Right there, that's really good. Just stay with that. You can stay a little bit in a 2-point position like you're doing, or you can sit up and bring your shoulders back, whichever you like. Whatever feels more comfortable to you. It might be more comfortable to kind of stay up off his back a little bit, like that. We always want to be able to do both in the canter. We can't always be sitting. Some horses can't sustain the weight of pushing down on them in the canter in the beginning. Very nice. Not bad at all. Keep that going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now come back to a trot. Now, of course, after you come back to the trot, be sure and stretch yourself back up again. Good. There. Really active now. Keep that. Good. Right there. Keep that. Now onto a circle. A little tap. Again, as you shorten your reins and bring his pole up just a little bit. We develop a little higher below that working trot. And soften him a little bit with your inside rein. Think of moving the hindquarters a little bit outside. We get a little more flexion, just like that. That's really good right there. You're doing wonderfully. Keep that right there. Keep that. Excellent. Keep that right there. Now stretch him all the way down. Keep it active. In fact, I ask for a little more activity even as you get the stretch all the way back down. Very nice. Very nice now. Excellent. There. Keep that. Keep that going. Very nice. Now onto a circle right there in the center. Lift your shoulders up and back and bring him up from the stretch and find that working trot again. Soften him a little bit with your outside rein for a moment. And then soften him a little bit with the inside rein. And move the hindquarters a little bit. There you go. There's your working trot right there. It's excellent. Keep that. Tap. Keep that. Notice how nicely he's stepping under the body. Still getting good flexion of the hocks. Really good. Keep it right there. Don't let it change. Starting to want to get a little bit out of it. Maybe a little bump with your whip again. Tap. Keep it running at the same energy level. Soften him a little more with your inside rein. Right there. It's really good. Keep it there. Keep it there. Good job. Shorten your range just a little bit. That more again. Right there. It's really good. Now stretch him all the way down again. All the way down, like that. Excellent. Keep that going. That's fantastic. Just there. Keep that. Really good. Really good now. Now bring him back up again. Be shortening your reins and just bringing the pole up without changing that trot. Be sure and keep your shoulders up and back as you raise your hands, as you begin to take contact there, rather than shortening your reins. There, now ask him to soften again with that inside rein a little bit to get a little more flexion to the right, like that. Really good, right there. Excellent. Maintain it. Soften him a little bit with your outside rein when you feel like you need to. You start to flatten out a little bit on the outside. Stretch up. Keep it there. Maintain that working trot right there. It's fantastic. Keep it right there. Tap again. Tap. Make you maintain it. Maintain it right there. A couple more moments. Tap it. Good. Really good. Right there. Now go large and maintain that. Now think of stretching yourself up and straightening him with your outside rein when you get to the wall right there. Keep him up. Don't let him stretch down yet. Keep him up in the working. Let's see if we can maintain this. Keep it. Tap. Starting to soften a little bit with your outside rein as you're getting out of it a little bit there. Good. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Now shoulder in down the long side just to activate the back a little bit more. Get it up underneath you. Right there. Good, good. That's what shoulder in is for. It's not to go sideways. Like there is excellent. Really good. Really good. Now change the rein across the diagonal. Really good. See if you can maintain him right there. Now watch as you begin to straighten on the long side. Bring your shoulders back, and now begin to soften him with your new inside rein, which is the left rein in this case. Bring your shoulders back a little bit, and right away into shoulder in down the next long side. Little tap coming into this corner here to get a little more activity. Keep him right there, working on the bridle. Lost it a little. There you go. Now you're getting it back again, and shoulder in down this long side. Little tap. He's starting to lose energy behind. So just a couple more minutes. Tap. Keep it. Maintain it right there. Soften him a little bit more with your inside rein to get a little more flexion to the left there. There, a little more. That's getting better. Onto the circle right where you are, and stretch him all the way down now in the circle in this direction. Getting a little bit hollow there. Getting a little bit too far up. And let's come back to the trot and stretch him again in the trot. We run out of horse here. There we go. Really good. Now, like that. Keep that running active on the circle. Now bring him up. Keep him on the circle. Begin to shorten your reins. And as you do, think of bringing the hindquarters a little bit away from that inside leg. You're already starting to engage him, bringing the hindquarters a little bit to the outside. Ask him to soften a little bit to your inside rein. There you go. Right there. Excellent working trot. Maintain that. Keep it right there. Keep it. Excellent. Keep that. Just a little more flexion to the inside. There we go. Hindquarters a little bit more to the outside again. He just gets a little confused and back to the trot. You're almost there. And again, ask him to soften to the inside rein again. Right there. Good. Very nice. Right there. And now ease him back to a walk. Very nice. And let him stretch out in the walk. Very nicely done, Darcy. That's by far the best he's gone for you and the best you've gotten a working trot out of him.
Yeah.
Not to mention the canter just looks better every time without even working.
It really does.
That's really looking really
That's
nice.
good.
Yeah, feels really good. Very nicely done today.
Man.
And come on down here, and you may dismount.
Good job. Good job.
Questions, observations today?
I have a strange observation, actually. I've noticed this recently in working him on my own too. Like, he's a gassy horse, and he seems to resist going forward when he seems to, like, when he has gas, because all of a sudden he'll release, and then he'll be like back to normal. But I'll notice him start sucking back, and then he'll fart right after that.
Interesting. Well, you know, and that's a problem. Like, that's where we had that problem with Q. She was blowing up with gas and that kind of stuff. You know, they're uncomfortable when they're like that. So it can be a feed issue. I mean, what we're finding, I have switched Q to almost eating entirely alfalfa, and she's much heavier and much happier and much trimmer, and she's not bloating so much. So, you know, different horses react differently to feed. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing when it comes to feeding horses. So we have even seen horses that couldn't eat grass hays at all. You know, that as soon as they use it, you know, so they have allergies and weird things just like humans do. You know?
I'm convinced that's part of it, because the other thing is, like when we're going left, right, like we'll be on the right for a long period of time, and then if I suddenly go left, that's when he'll like totally have a gassy moment. And I think
really? Because it gets relieved.
His belly moving in different directions. Like,
How funny.
I don't know. That seems to make sense to me anyway, but yeah.
Well, other than that, he's doing wonderfully, and how nicely he came up and consistently into your hand. You guys, the best working trot you've had yet today. And I'd say the canter is just improving all by itself. It's looking fantastic, you know,
really
for him. You know, the level of his thing. All right, well, we'll take a little 5-minute break here, and we'll be right back. Wonderful work today. See you all in a few moments.
Okay.
And
Bill, is
we're
that
live.
Bill?
Back up there, dude. So we're live.
Okay. Hey, everybody, and we're back again. Ron and Duke. So how's the Duke been this week?
He's been good. We had a really good ride yesterday. Hopefully it'll be good today. I just did like a lot of extended trotting with him and
Nice. Nice.
that kind of stuff. You know, I spent a lot of time doing like in hand work, concentrating on that. You know, I think that that's a lot of my main focus. Is just trying to get him to stretch into the contact and walking and stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the work in hand today.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes today. Body looks better every time I see him.
Yep.
Now, for those of you wondering what I'm talking about there, what I'm seeing here this week is he looks a lot trimmer. His belly is already pulled up quite a bit. And I'm seeing that improvement behind the saddle there. He had quite a bit of the dip there between his hips and across the loin area there, and that's already starting to fill out really nicely. So when you see him in profile there, you can still see a little bit, but nothing like we saw in the beginning. Yeah, go ahead and see if you can keep that a little more active. What? Yeah, there's some, I just turned it off. There's some there. That's getting more like it. I'll go ahead and go large with that. And then turn by the center line at the top and leg yield to the right. Just keep trying to get it a little bigger, a little more active step. That's it. Keep trying to straighten his neck a little bit with your outside rein. You kind of a little bit crooked to the inside there.
Yeah, he's kind of pushing me a little bit here.
Yeah. Try that again.
It's got a little motor in him today.
Yeah. That's more like it. Much better that time. And then just beginning to work on a big circle there. Just going a little bit shoulder forward to the inside, a little bit on your circle, just engaging him a little bit more actively. I like it. A little tap of your whip, see if you can get a little snappier step out of him. Better. Yeah. I'll go ahead and go large again and try to open the walk down the long side. So you can make a new pot over there. There's not enough. Okay. And now we're going to do a shoulder in coming back towards me on the opposite long side. Good. Now on the circle here, all the way down in the stretch. That was actually pretty good activity coming down through there. Kept stepping quite actively. Get a little more on the circle. Let's see if we can just get this a little more active step on the circle here. Think about pushing his hindquarters outside now a little bit, the circle, making a little bit shoulder 4. Better. Good. Big step there. Good. That's more like it. Good. Keep that going. As you come around, just stay on your circle there. As you come back around to the center line, just stop and change directions.
And good job there, buddy.
And go ahead and go large down the long side. Just keep trying to pick up the tempo a little bit. Still a little bit slow, fast, slow, fast. And turn by the center line and do a leg heel to the left. Good. There we go. Good. That's better now. Now we're getting a good step. Go right ahead down the center line here and let's do that one more time. Good. That's getting better. Good. Another couple of steps. Good. By the end of that, coming and down the next long side, shoulder 4. Good. Good step now. Good. Very nice right there. Good job. And as you come down the center here, you can stop and get ready to lunge. That was really good. Was a little bit hesitant in the beginning, but quickly picked it up and had a good step. What do you say there, Duke?
It's too early to be doing this.
Okay.
Ready? Walk on. Walk on.
Yes. It's starting out quite nicely. And you go ahead and ask him to trot.
Drop. Drop.
Good.
Drop.
You can see how he, just like Calvin, takes him a minute to get his back engaged and start swinging actively.
Drop.
Keep trying to move his hindquarters out a little bit on the circle, which will help both the things of making him more active and getting him to engage a little more. Good. Getting better. A little tap with that whip, see if we can just activate him just a little more. It just wants to get a little bit more than he's wanting to give us there.
Drop.
There we go. That's getting there now. Much better. Keep that going. Very good. And ask him to canter.
Canter. Canter. Canter.
Good.
Canter.
And
Canter.
back to the trot.
And trot.
There we go. Back into that stretch. Really good. Very nice. Very good job with him right there. It's looking good. Keep that. There, good. And as you come to the center line, you can let him halt and change directions.
And
Very good.
Yeah, I've added the canter in our lunging routine. So
Yeah. It's getting better. Keep working on that. Almost there. Good. And you can go ahead and trot.
trot. Trot. Come on. Trot.
Good. That's getting better now.
Trot. Come on. Trot. Move out. Move out. Out. Out.
He's going to crowd you there.
Trot.
You're going to give him a little tap with your whip and ask him to move away from you. Good, that's getting better. Keep it going. Go ahead and ask him to canter as you come to the wall on the other side.
Get him on the other side.
Yep.
Canter. 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 Canter.
It's getting better. Now back to the trot.
And trot.
Good. Good trot now. Very nice. Good. That's getting nice now. Very good. Keep that.
Trot. Come on. Trot.
Good. And as you come to the center line, you can ask him to halt.
Walk on.
And I think we're ready to get on.
And
Very nicely done.
good job, Duke.
Good boy, Duke. How nice and square he's starting to step up there. It still takes him a little bit of time to get there, but once he does, it's all good.
Yeah, it takes him a minute to warm up. Even though Christmas and New Year's came really quick this year, I'm kind of looking forward to being over.
Yeah, I know that feeling every year.
I did a lot of cooking, boy, for Christmas.
Did you?
And it was just for my folks and Darcy's mom, so
Yeah.
like we had a lot of people over.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the after Christmas sales on turkeys. I always buy a couple of turkeys or one at least after Christmas,
Yep.
just because I love turkey and they're so cheap.
Yeah.
Buy them and cook them up.
Cook them up, make some turkey chili.
Yep.
What you can do with it. There, bud. Come on. Walk this way. No, not time to quit yet.
Smudge it there.
We can get everything out of the way. Come on.
Yep.
Accept. Come on. One more. Good boy. That's it.
Oh, good boy, Duke.
Yeah, we've been working on this.
He stood there for you.
Hey, looking at the TV. Good. Walk on.
Very good. And we just continue to go large around the ring. All we're looking for is that nice big active swing in the stretch. Start off with in the walk. We just continue to go large. Just keep trying to open that up till we get something a little more like a walk. Still very slow. That's getting better. Keep trying to open up that walk. As you come to this end, let's go ahead and turn by the center line and do a leg heel to the left.
Walk on.
Now try to use your leg heel here to try to ask him for more activity. So giving him some taps with the whip there behind your leg, schooling him a little bit, getting him a little lighter and quicker off of your leg there while we have this opportunity. A little more so, maybe a little stronger tap there. Getting better though. Let's go ahead and do that again from the center line at this end. Starting to happen there. Keep it going. Just keep trying to work for a little more activity. That's better there. Starting the steps getting a little better there. Good, that's better. It's still rather slow and under impulse, but it's getting better. Go ahead and change the rein across the diagonal. Maybe try giving him a little stronger tap behind your leg there to get him a little more responsive. See if you can lengthen across there a bit. And go ahead and turn by the center line and do a leg heel to the right now. It's getting better. Keep it going. Good. Now with him, let's go on up into a trot and see how he does. The walk is still a little lazy feeling, so let's see how he does in the walk. It's not bad. I mean, you're having moments where he's stretching into it, but we just like it to be a little more active than it is. But let's try his trot and see what that does. Good. Whenever you are ready. That's more like it. And just keep going there. A little pissy here to start off with. We'll just see if we can get him ahead of your leg and a little happier in it all. Yeah, being a little resistive here today. Keep working that. There you go. That's getting better. Good. And just keep trying to open that up. That's getting better. And just keep trying to open it up, going large down the long side. You can get a little happier here. Keep that going. And it's getting better. Keep going large. Better. Keep it going. Good, that's getting better. Keep that. It's better. Just keep going. And go ahead and change the rein on the next diagonal. Just try to keep it going as best you can, keeping them in the stretch. It's getting better. And continue to enlarge, keep that. When you can, try to give him a little stronger tap with the whip and see if we can get him just to activate a bit more. That's getting better. Keep that going. Better now. Keep it going. That's getting better. Now try to lengthen the stride a little. Try to just simply go a little faster down the long side. Think of it as that, to see if we can get a little more out of him. Good, that's better. Good, keep that. Same thing down the next long side, trying to lengthen the stride a little bit. Getting better, keep that going. Much better now, keep that. Now this time turn after the center line and see if you can do a little bit of a leg yield, even if it's just a couple of steps. Trot's looking better now, keep that going. Good. Keep that. Keep it going, just go large. Get easy for him like that, good. That's getting better. Good, keep that. Now we're getting somewhere. Good. Remember to stretch up just a little bit your chest. Remember to stay centered on him. Keep that. It's getting better. Now see if we can make a circle now and keep him here. Good. Keep that. Keep it going. Yeah, that's it. Mr. Lazy today. Keep that going. Now go large again. Now try to lengthen again. Try to get after him with your whip a little bit and see if you can get him to wake up with us a little bit and give you a little more power out of that back end. Keep that going. And again, trying to lengthen down the long side. Tap again. Let's see if we can get something more out of him. Give him another little tap. That's it. Keep that going. Tap again. And again, change the rein on the next diagonal. It's getting better.
Come on, drop.
Good. Keep it going. And again, lengthening down the long side, moving away from you.
Drop. Drop.
Run out of steam. There we go.
I think we're done, right?
Yep. Keep it going. Good.
Drop. Drop.
And again, lengthening on the long side. Just all we're looking for is just to get some kind of consistency. With that flow, like that, good. Keep it going. And again, lengthening going away from me. See if you can get a little more. That being the optimal moment, like that, good. Keep it going. Good. And again, lengthening on the long side. A little stronger tap. I want to see him actually really activate. A little stronger with that whip. Like that. There you go. Now there. He starts to push off that back end again. Don't let him slack off from that. Keep that. Good. Keep that. Much better now. Now, as you get to the corner, add a little bit of leg or a tap of your whip so he keeps running to the corner instead of slowing down. There you go. Like that. Keep it all the way through there. Like that. Same thing on the next one. Little tap of your whip there. And open the stride down the long side. Like that. Keep it going. Keep it going just like that. Don't let it slack off. Don't let it slack off. Good. Keep it. Same thing again here as you get to the corner, give him a little bump with your leg, but remember, bump and relax. Don't keep it squeezed into him. Bump again if you need to, or a tap of the whip. Good, that was better through that corner that time. Keep it going to the second one there this time. That was better. Now open it up, lengthening the stride. Little tap of your whip. That's better. Good. Keep that now. Keep it. Now we're getting there. Keep that. Just a good sustained work. That's what we're looking for here. Like this. Keep it going. Just like this. So it starts to happen on its own, so we're not having to push every step out of it. Good. Really good now. Much better. Keep it through the corners. Very good. Like this. And again, tap there. Good, keep that. Try to lengthen again now. Good, that's more like it. There. There's a little bit more right there. Good, keep that. Now go large. Keep that, opening up each time. Good, keep that. Keep it going. That's better. Now change the rein on the next diagonal. Keep that. Shut the door, Carlos.
Come on, drop.
Yeah, keep that. One more time. Tap. Don't let him get behind your leg. Carlos, shut the door, buddy. Thanks. Keep that going.
Hey, buddy.
Good. Keep that. Much better now. Now try to again lengthen down the next long side.
Drop.
And keep it right through that corner. Keep it. Keep it. Good. Now lengthen. A little tap of the whip. A little stronger. You feel that impulse. There. He starts to actually respond like that. Good. 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 Keep that. Keep that. Keep it going like that. Right on around there, just like that. Once again, lengthening going away from you. A little tap of strong enough that you feel an impulse coming from behind. Good. Keep that going. Now let him walk for a second. Come on, Carlos. You're not in the other, you're going to be in the end room. And he's in the other end room. Don't mess up the room. No. Okay. Much better walk now.
Yep.
Keep that now. Just keep a nice active walk. That's all there is to it. Very nice. Keep that. Good. Now we're going to see if we can get right back up to that again. So when you get on the long side again, just see if you can put him right back, see if we can get back to that free trot that we just had. Good, much better. Just to be sure we can get back there again. Good. That's more like it. A little tap of your whip coming out of this next corner, get him ahead of your leg again. It just gives it up. There you go, like that, good. Keep it going. Keep it going, get him there one more time. He doesn't think just because we come back to a walk that we're going to turn it off. Another tap of the whip coming out of here. Stronger this time. Till he responds. A little stronger tap. All right, keep it going. Right there. Keep it going. 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 Not quite done yet, buddy. There you go. Good. Good. There. Like that. There. Now let him walk again. So that was just to be sure, you know, because sometimes they get in the habit, oh, we're done and now I'm done. So it's good to just put them there one more time. And so it kind of reestablishes that whole work ethic idea. But that was good, and just what you want to do with one like this who, you know, wants to be, you know, we're still working to get that motor. It's getting better all the time compared to where you started. So a workout like that today, we just, till he gets to that point where he just starts moving freely like that over his back, and that's really all we can do. And you can turn out to the center there and let him halt. Very nicely done. And we'll stop with that for today. That was really good.
Good job, Duke.
What a good boy. I mean, it's still a little difficult to get him to sustain the energy, but it's getting better all the time. And once again, it takes him a little while to get there, but once you did, he started sustaining it quite nicely. Yeah. And that's going to be kind of an on-off thing. You know, you're going to have days when it's really good, but it's increasingly getting better all the time.
Yeah. I think the other thing is too, is now that I'm starting to do a little bit more extended trot work, his fitness level will come up to be able to carry me longer.
Exactly.
So
and it will.
Yesterday it was a little bit faster. I didn't have to work so hard to get it. So he's probably a little tired from yesterday, or sore from yesterday.
Exactly. It is often like that. Any questions today?
No, I think I've got all the things to keep working on, and I'm seeing progress every week, so it's awesome.
Exactly.
Good.
Great work. He's a wonderful horse. Well, you guys have a wonderful New Year's. I look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Yeah, you too. Have a happy New Year, everybody, and be safe, right?
Excellent. Exactly right. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Will.
See you soon, buddy.